Yo, what's good, y'all? Sorry I'm late. Sorry I'm late. Sorry I'm late. Fun fact. I guess Jason, you spread the technical difficulty bug whenever you do. You know how you do live stream solo, or whenever you have a guest, you have technical difficulties. You spread that virus to me, my friend, and we are on opposite sides of the country. But it is what it is. Well, I would like to welcome you all. Not the Golden Truth per se, but I did play the Golden Truth intro. Just because I guess it fit. You know, if you see there, we got the logo, we got the image, we got the banner there. And this is gonna be a Washington Commander stream, basically. Just me. I couldn't get a guest to come on. Aaron, if you notice, it's basically middle of the day. I don't even know how many people are going to be viewing this, just because the Johnny Depp trial is going on. So, shout out to my guy Jason Alamio, who's currently streaming that on his sports channel. It was supposed to go on his political channel, but things happened. But he's been live streaming it the last, I want to say, week almost, just give or take. So if you want to go, watch the Johnny Depp trial, he's your guy. I've been dropping in there, back and forth. I believe that they're actually on lunchtime. So if Jason, if you're watching this, let me know when you have to go, or let me know your thoughts in the chats while they're on break. So let's give it a little bit of a rundown to why I decided to do a live stream and what we're going to be covering in this. Well, it depends on how long this is going to take. If you all go ahead and interact with me in the chat. I don't really like to do solo live streams. So, because I'm the type of person that doesn't like uh ramble and talk to myself. So I guess I'm going to be talking to the audience, breaking down the fourth wall a lot of times. But um, I just haven't been able to cover Commander stuff. I've been busy. If y'all don't know, or if I haven't made it public. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times already in on the Golden Truth when I've spoken to Aaron. I'm going to Iowa for a summer job, so I will be gone for about 2 months and a half. I will be this upcoming Sunday, and then the following Sunday will be hopefully as scheduled. If I get messed up on the time frame, it is because I will be basically in the Midwest of the country, so I'll be an hour behind because I live in Virginia. And Aaron lives on the East Coast as well. He lives in Florida. So if I mess up the hour, please note it's just maybe me just getting confused with the time slots. So this Sunday and then the following Sunday should go, keywords, should go as planned. But after the 6th, or the 6th of June, things are going to get a little bit more interesting with the job. So I'll try to post once I get into a rhythm. Maybe it'll take me some time, but once I get into a rhythm, I could post most frequently. I know that training camp will start while I'm over there, so that it sucks that I won't be able to probably upload as much as I want, but I will upload something to keep the channel going. This, like I said, is a Commander stream. I'm thinking of maybe doing a Real Madrid one, or a European soccer one here. Maybe if I have the time tomorrow. If I have the time, of course. Just because I need to cover some Real Madrid stuff along with the Kylian Mbappe news. That dropped. I think I dropped it Sunday. So you guys go check that out. Also, let me see. some transfer news, things like that. That's what's basically. Champions League, they're in the final, so got to talk about that, of course. So that'll hopefully happen tomorrow. Maybe not a live stream, maybe a video. So go ahead and if you're new to my channel, greatly appreciate it if you subscribed to my channel. Also give this live stream, hit that like button once y'all are in here. Talk to me in the chat, because basically I'm going to be here by myself. So here are the topics that I want to talk about. So here are the main points. DaRon Payne walking out on OTA practice yesterday. Some news and nuggets and notes on OTA practice yesterday from the team as a whole. Let me see what else. Basically, Terry McLaurin extension talks. Some injury notes and things like that. And then, of course, we got the Dan Snyder news. If y'all don't, read the USA Today, apparently there's, supposedly a behind-the-scenes meeting going on with the owner. So I'll be discussing Dan Snyder as well. But before we continue, let me make sure that no one has dropped in the chat. No one has been in the chat as of late. So let's talk about the most pressing matter. Shout out to my guy Ed Oliver, who did a live stream with his elite channel members. I unfortunately could not make it last night, so when I rewatched his stream, he actually brought up something that I didn't even know happened during OTA practices. And that was DaRon Payne walking out of practice, just walking out, being frustrated with him not getting a contract extension. If you guys didn't know, I think it was published a little bit before the draft or during the draft, that he wasn't going to get offered a contract extension. And then Washington did what they did with, bringing in Thaddeus Mathis from, oh my goodness, Alabama, drafting his replacement. So apparently, he just, was frustrated and walked off. And to be honest, I understand to an extent what he was going through. The team doesn't want you, but at the end of the day, you are a professional. You are a professional, and you are obligated. You are contracted to the team for one more year. And I'll talk about Ron Rivera and how they managed it as well, because I am not gonna make any excuses. And you all know I don't make any excuses for the Commanders. I call it as it is. Ed Oliver, whenever I'm on his show, he calls me the Russian judge, because I'm very, very harsh on the team. It's within my, it's not a character. All right. I want to make that perfectly clear. I'm not a character. That's how I am in real life. People who know me know that that's how I am. I don't make excuses. I see it as I see it, and I call it as I call it. So let me talk about DaRon Payne first, and then I'll do the Commanders. Me just basically, what's the word? I'm blanking on the word. Calling out Ron Rivera. I'm just gonna say calling out Ron Rivera. I can't think of the word right now. If you all want to, help me figure out that word, write it in the chat. So, like I said, DaRon Payne decides to walk off, being unprofessional. Again, I get that. You're frustrated with the team, especially if you already basically got into a fight with John Allen that one game when when Washington got blown out by Dallas in Dallas. I get that. But again, you're professional. You're obligated to the team. If you don't want to show up, there is something called holding out, or holding out. To be honest, I would have actually, preferred that you decided to hold out and sit out the season rather than you coming in and throwing a hissy fit, in the public when, reporters, your teammates, rookies who are going to be looking at you, potentially looking up to you for leadership, and then you just do that. No, that is unacceptable, DaRon Payne. Because now there's going to be whispers, and I guarantee you, I don't know if Ron Rivera addressed it yesterday or not, or if he is going to address it, or if the media will address it. But I guarantee you that there will be questions. There will be questions, and your character will be questioned. So, I honestly would have preferred you holding out and sitting at home rather than doing a public display. With that out of the way, with DaRon, me, vouching for DaRon Payne and calling it as it is with DaRon Payne. Let me do Ron Rivera. Ron, you really botched this. And don't give me culture. Don't give me. We're looking for the right culture. We're setting the right culture. Dude, if you weren't going to give this guy a contract extension, from the beginning, why on earth would you keep him before the draft? And this was mentioned before the draft. I remember, actually, it was before the draft. Because I remember I put up a video on this. And I honestly said we could get trade value for the guy. Get draft capital this year. And instead, you keep him on the roster. You basically show him the disrespect by drafting his replacement while he's on the team. And then, of course, this leads to what he did early yesterday. Him just walking off. So Ron and the front office, y'all are also to blame for what's been going on with the team these last couple of years. Just basically botching a lot of things. Letting Brendan Sheriff walk, letting Tim Settle walk, releasing Matt Ioannidis. Let me see. I'll get into Carson Wentz later when I talk more about OTAs in depth. So y'all talk about a culture, but yeah, I see more immaturity from guys that shouldn't be immature. I don't want to hear this culture stuff. If basically, to be honest, I would not be surprised if Ron Rivera wants this guy gone, to be honest. I would not be surprised because Ron Rivera wants everyone, most likely everyone from the previous regime, because he wasn't around, and he brings in Panther guys that do nothing. He probably wants to get rid of all these guys. John Allen was probably the exception. Terry McLaurin, we'll get into him a little bit later. Montez Sweat, who got his 5th-year option, could be gone as well. Who knows? Who else? He cut Kelvin Harmon, or let Kelvin Harmon walk, even though he's back with the team. Let me see who else. Who else was Brandon? He let Brendan Sheriff walk. Part of the old regime. Just to name a few. There are more that he got rid of. Oh, Jimmy Moreland. No knock on Benjamin St. Juice, but Jimmy Moreland was, pretty solid, but he didn't want him. He chose Benjamin St. Juice over Jimmy Moreland. So, Ron Rivera is just getting rid of anyone and everyone from that old regime. You know, and if they don't fit, what he wants, or if he doesn't have faith, if he doesn't, feel comfortable with the guy, say goodbye. DaRon Payne, I'm getting ready to say goodbye to him. He's most likely going to get traded. We're most likely not going to get trade value because Ron Rivera always fumbles the bag. He always has the say in, the team. I don't know why he brought in, and don't give me the whole entire, oh, he had cancer, he's tired. I don't care. Marty Herney and Martin Mayhew are basically his yes men. They're his yes men. Like, Ron Rivera has complete control of the team. So don't give me that. That he has no, that he has no say in the trade value. He does. And he does poorly at it. DaRon Payne's probably going to walk next year. Instead of us getting trade value for the guy, he's going to walk. And we, basically are not most likely going to have maybe 6 or 7 draft picks. And here's the thing. We already, right now, as of right now, we don't have next year's third. But that could be, we won't have next year's second, depending on if Carson Wentz plays 70% of the snaps or not. So, there you go. So those are my, unfiltered thoughts on both how DaRon Payne is handling it and how Ron Rivera and this front office are handling it. Let me know what y'all think right now on what's going on. Do you think that, DaRon Payne should have handled it better? Do you think that Ron Rivera is also fumbling the bag? Yes, on both accounts on my end. Let me know what y'all think. While we do that, let me double check the chat. Maybe someone dropped in and said hello. Oh, what's up, Jason? So he's in the chat. He's basically sharing my stream on his video. So, thank you, man. Maybe, I don't have anything else planned much for the rest of the day. So once, I finish this and I, rest up, maybe I could, join your stream and maybe I know that you're covering the Johnny Depp trial on your sports channel, but maybe we can, talk a little bit of sports, when they do sidebars and breaks and things like that. So yeah, maybe we can talk about Johnny Depp because I actually have been following the trial the last week. So maybe we can discuss that. So at least I have some knowledge, not not all the knowledge, but some knowledge of the trial. So and that's thanks to you. Next topic. New stadium. And I want to, I want to discuss this. This was also brought up on Ed Oliver's channel, and most of the gentlemen on the stream last night live in DC, Maryland. I know one gentleman lives in Miami, so they really couldn't, say, they didn't know much of the, they don't know much of the Woodbridge area. And again, I apologize for not being there. I just had to take care of some things because I'm leaving this weekend to Iowa. So I want to give y'all my perspective on the new stadium and where they're thinking of doing it and if it's a good idea or not. So right now, the front runner, because from what I'm hearing, is that Maryland basically is out of the race. DC is out of the, trying to find something. I don't know if they want to do it, just take down or, wreck FedEx Field. I don't know. Maybe they, take down FedEx Field and rebuild it from the scratch up. Again, who knows? But right now, they're thinking of either having, according to from what I saw, I can't remember who said this. I think it was John Keim. don't quote me on it. I just saw it somewhere. I can't remember where. But apparently, Loudoun County said no, so they're out of the running. So right now, the top location is Potomac Shores, which is, I want to say, I live in Woodbridge, VA. So, and that's still in Woodbridge. So I want to say that's maybe 15 minutes from where, like 10, 15 minutes from where I live. It's a nice area. I, only visited the area maybe on the count of once. Now, here's why I wouldn't. I honestly don't think it would be a good idea to have a stadium here. And don't give me, it's an up and coming neighborhood, because I have a friend who was telling me, oh, Woodbridge is an up and coming area, man. Still Hoodbridge, man. I lived here my entire life. So, I don't, you can, Woodbridge is not that big. Prince William County is huge, but Woodbridge itself, the city itself, is really not that big. It's gonna be in Dumfries, the Dumfries area. So if y'all, live in Virginia, you know where Dumfries is. It's a nice neighborhood, but like I said, I don't know. I really can't speak on if it's. I can give you the bad. Like I already said, it's hood, and yeah, it's improving, but I don't think traffic is gonna go way up. How big of a stadium can you build? Because they're already getting land. I think it was like, from what I saw, 100 million was the what they got offered or something like that for the land. I don't know. To be honest, I wish I had Aaron for for this conversation, because I know we've had this conversation before, and I cannot remember what we said. Let me see here. Okay. So, I mean, it'll be good for the Commonwealth of Virginia, I guess. It'll boost, the ratings. But me personally, I just want this team to win. And unfortunately, moving from, getting a new stadium, while this new owner, I honestly don't think that getting a new stadium for this owner, especially with this owner, is a good idea for the franchise and for the city itself. Because then, even though, like I stated, we're going to be discussing Dan Snyder as well. And then that's supposedly going to be, the end of the stream. It's not a good idea, especially with this owner and with this owner being stubborn as well, not wanting to let go of the team. Virginia, they want nice things. Woodbridge probably wants nice things, but they ain't going to get it. And this team is going to be a joke. And this city, either way, it doesn't matter if it's Landover, doesn't matter if it's, DC itself, doesn't matter if it's going to be Woodbridge. This team, as long as Dan Snyder is the owner of it, it's always going to be a joke. So, especially with me living here, if this team is losing and the stadium's here, literally, I'm a 15-minute Uber ride away. I will voice my displeasure, and I will make it known. So, bad idea, especially with this owner in charge. This team will basically be known as the 4, maybe 7-10ers, while Ron Rivera's here is Ron Rivera, has had a say in the name. He's probably going to have a say in the stadium because he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere, y'all. Ron Rivera is not going to go anywhere. It doesn't matter if he's going to go 7-10 this year, because Dan Snyder basically gave him control of the team because he wanted a coach-centered culture, even though these coaches are trash. So it doesn't matter where the team locates. They're always going to be a joke. Always, always, always. And here, even though, the population that I know is, split between Washington, Dallas, Eagles, don't come across many Giants fans, but I guarantee you Washington fans or Commanders fans, whatever you like to call them or call us, they're like, yeah, we got a stadium in Woodbridge, but for what? We're basically going to be here watching them lose. And I don't care if it's going to be a good-looking stadium. I don't care. This team doesn't deserve a new stadium. Fix your own issues before you think of a new stadium. Fix the owner situation. Fix the coaching situation. Fix everything. The stadium should be furthest from your minds. So that's my thoughts on the stadium. I don't care. Fix other issues and then think of the new stadium. I understand that your rental agreement with FedEx is coming to a close. I get that. But that's 5 years away. In those 5 years, you can remove your owner, fire Ron Rivera, fire everyone, and then build it from the ground up, literally, with the stadium, and then take it from there. So, yeah. Let me see. Any more? Okay, no one else has commented. Let me see what other. Okay, so I guess we can go into more in depth on OTA practices. So this was according to some notes yesterday. Carson Wentz, first suited up first time as a commander in practice. De'Ami Brown and Jahan Dotson were his main targets. Curtis Samuel made his return. No Chase Young, who's right now rehabbing in Colorado, I guess. Logan Thomas was on the side field. He's rehabbing. Chase Roulier was on the side field. Who else? Montez Sweat was not there due to personal reasons. Of course, we already spoke about DaRon Payne. Cole Turner, was okay. I get, had some catches, tuning up his stuff. So, let's, let me break this down bit by bit. So Carson Wentz, basically threw an interception to Cornelder. Alarm bells should be ringing because Carson Wentz is trash. And I would not be surprised if Sam Howell, I think it was a couple of days ago, was a solid, I guess. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. Carson Wentz. For you to throw an interception to Cornelder, and Ron Rivera and the media were trying to make it, it was a nice play by Cornelder though. Don't care. I don't care. Carson Wentz doesn't have to be, no one's perfect. Okay. But for you to throw an interception to a guy who is a camp body and basically couldn't cover a rock, that's just bad. You shouldn't be throwing, interceptions to nobody, to a nobody. No disrespect. So, we'll have to wait and see. We'll wait and see OTAs. If I see more reports that Carson wants throwing interception here, Carson wants throwing interception there, Carson wants to. Washington's doomed. If they weren't doomed before, they're definitely, they're definitely doomed. So, anyway, some more breakdowns. Dyami Brown, Jahan Dotson, making catches. Woohoo, Jahan Dotson, first round pick. The way that things are going with Terry McLaurin, who knows? Maybe Jahan Dotson is wide receiver number 1, Curtis Samuel number 2, and Dyami Brown number 3. That's if the whole entire Terry McLaurin thing isn't resolved. And we'll talk about Terry McLaurin here, here in a few moments. But, at least, they're showing their value. Jahan Dotson's, showing his value, making, decent plays, I guess, in OTAs. Dyami Brown as well. Curtis Samuel, the guy that I want to talk about most about OTAs. Anyone who's back on the Curtis Samuel, oh yeah, let's go, Curtis Samuel. Halt. Slow your roll. Slow your train. Because we basically got these same reports last year during OTAs and during mandatory camp and during before he got hurt in training camp. Slow your roll, y'all. This guy needs to prove himself this season in an actual game. Not OTAs, not during mandatory camp, not during training camp, not during preseason, during the regular season. Because he did nothing last year. Did nothing. All right? So I don't care if he's, making spectacular catches in OTAs. I don't care. I don't care. Do it when it counts. Because you did nothing when it counted last year. Slow y'all's roll. Let me see. Some other notes. Cole Turner. The tight end room is actually really, really crowded. Fun fact. So, and I guess I can link this up. So Antonio Gandy Golden came out last week that Antonio Gandy Golden was being converted from wide receiver to tight end. Good move, but too little too late for me. Ron Rivera should have did this last year. Because Antonio Gandy Golden, his rookie year, okay, fine, couldn't find his footing, got hurt, whatever. But last year, there was no excuses. We needed someone to step up. Logan Thomas, even though he got the extension, he got hurt. Ricky Seals-Jones, played decent in Logan Thomas's spot, but got hurt as well. So tight end, room was thin. Ron Rivera should have thought, oh wait, I still have Antonio Gandy Golden on my roster. I know it's a little late, and I know it's a gamble to do it mid-season, but let's give it a shot. He has the body. Again, I'm not saying I don't like the move. I like the move, but it's too late to salvage his career. You should have done this last year, if we're being honest. Will he make the roster? Tough to say because we don't know how Logan Thomas will look. Will he be ready for week 1? I don't think so. Me personally, I think he's going to start the season on the physically unable to perform list or the PUP list. And he's probably going to miss maybe the first 4 or 5 games. And especially with this tight end room being very, very crowded, like they're converting, like I said, Antonio Gandy Golden to a tight end. They got Cole Turner, they got John Bates, they got Samus Reyes, and they got other practice, undrafted guys. And there may be another name that I'm missing. I don't know, aside from Logan Thomas. But it's really hard to, this tight end room. This is the more intriguing because I feel like this is where most of the competition is gonna be at. This offseason. Because now the tight end group goes from being very thin and trashy to actually intriguing and actually decent. I'm not going to say good, but decent. Decent competition, rather say. You know what? I'm going to use those two words. Decent competition. So Cole Turner is actually, proving his value, which I guess, was good. We need someone to step up. I feel like our starters at the beginning of the season will be John Bates, tight end number 1, Cole Turner number 2, Antonio Gandy Golden, mark it and book it that I said this. Tight end number 3, Samus Reyes, practice squad, and Logan Thomas to start on the PUP list. Now, when he gets off PUP, they're going to start integrating him slowly. I don't know if he's going to catch fire or not. I don't know. I don't know that for sure. But I believe that because John Bates and Cole Turner are going to be building and building and building, that they probably will use Logan Thomas sparingly, which they should, because he's coming off of a torn ACL. And this is not Ron Rivera. This team did not take care of Logan Thomas at all last year. He got hurt, had I think it was like the hamstring or the ankle injury, was gone for most of the season, came back for the Raiders game, played decent, but then got hurt in that same game. So they really didn't take care of the guy. And he was trying to rush back, and thank goodness Washington did not make the playoffs, because Washington, if they would have made the playoffs, Logan Thomas would have rushed back. He didn't care if he was playing on a torn ACL, because that was what I was hearing, that he was pushing so hard to come back to play in that playoff game if Washington made it. So good thing that they didn't, because then Ron Rivera was like, "Yo, we need all players on deck. Let's do it, y'all." So good thing he didn't do it. Good thing that that torn ACL kept him out. Washington not making it to the playoffs, kept him out. So I'm hoping Ron Rivera and this team, learn their lesson and use Logan Thomas sparingly when and if he comes back this season. So, that's my take on the tight end, the tight end group, and Antonio Gandy Golden, Cole Turner, some, plays, reacting to some plays and some notes from the, OTAs. Let me see. I already spoke about DaRon Payne, OTAs. I mean, Chase Young, Montez Sweat going through some personal issues. I'm not going to comment on that. I'm just not. Because we don't know what the guy's going through. He lost his brother towards the end of the season earlier this year. So, I'm not going to comment. Chase Young rehabbing in Colorado. I mean, to each their own, but, and this is a huge but, if you want to be a team leader like you say you are, you need to be present with your teammates, not rehabbing alone. Having this I attitude and not thinking about the team hurt you last year, and it hurt the team, because you and Montez Sweat, during OTAs last year and during training camp, y'all were all talking all hot and spicy about, we're going to break the team sack record. Watch. And you all were abysmal. So having this me first attitude is not good. Rehab with the team, because Logan Thomas, who has the same injury as you, is rehabbing on the side field with the team. You can rehab with the team, not by yourself in freaking Colorado. And Ron Rivera is defending him. Oh, he'll be here next week, next week or whatever. I don't care. You should be here this week. So I don't care. Let me see. All right. So let me see how long I've been going for. I think I've covered everything. Jason, if you have anything for me to cover aside from Terry McLaurin, and Dan Snyder, let me know. Mm, all right. So about I've been live for about over a little over 40 minutes. Almost 42 minutes. So I guess with these next two topics, we should maybe hit the 50 to an hour mark, I hope. But all right, Terry McLaurin not showing up to training camp or OTAs. This one I'm torn 50-50. And here's why I'm torn 50-50. Um because AJ Brown got traded from Tennessee to the Eagles because Tennessee wasn't willing to pay him. AJ Brown, that is. The Eagles were. He got a hefty $25 million, per year contract for the next 4 years, $100 million. Unfortunately, the wide receiver market is now starting to bump up with Christian Kirk getting paid a little over 22 million. Of course, obviously, already speaking about AJ Brown getting 25 million. Devontae Adams, I think he's getting. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone, I think it was like 20, 25. 20s between 27 and 30 million, something like that. I know it was in that range. And then of course DeAndre Hopkins is the one of the highest as well. This is concerning for one reason, because I'm seeing reports that Washington and Terry McLaurin are far away from talks. And if and Terry McLaurin did state this, in March, that he wasn't going to show up to OTAs if he didn't have a new contract. We are now in late May, heading into June, and he doesn't have a new contract. But he could go Washington could go the John Allen route and pay him in July. Because right now, Washington, because of the Carson Wentz move, they basically are, waiting for a lot of, salary moves, like the Landon Collins move, being, that will take effect June 1st. So we'll have to sit and wait, but I don't know, man. The pessimistic side of me, which is basically the me that shows basically all the time when I talk about the future of the Commanders. The pessimistic side of me, I feel like I alluded to earlier, I feel like Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel, and De'Ami Brown will be the week 1 starters. Because Terry McLaurin's probably going to, if he doesn't get a deal done by July, that's when everyone should be alarmed. He's going to sit out and basically Washington will kiss Terry McLaurin goodbye. As nice of a guy that Terry McLaurin is, as nice as he is, he's not nice enough to take a pay cut. Not with all these other guys getting paid. Deebo Samuel is already doing it with the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers, he's sitting out right now. I don't know, man. Like, what I don't get with Ron Rivera is that Ron Rivera, a few years ago, when Amari Cooper was a free agent, and this was alluded to in Ed Oliver's stream last night as well, that Ron Rivera was willing to break the bank for Amari Cooper. He was willing to pay Amari Cooper $20 million. That was 2 years ago. That was how, the expense, that was how expensive the wide receivers were. He was willing to break the bank for Amari Cooper, and right now he's not willing to break the bank for Terry McLaurin. That's what gets me, is that he's not willing to, make a move. He's obviously declining to talk about it, and he's saying, we know how much good value we're getting Terry McLaurin. I guarantee you this, that if he does not have a contract extension by training camp, he's going to sit out the rest of the season. Washington's at the trade deadline, they're not going to make any moves, and Washington will not get any trade value. They're going to let him walk next year. And don't get me, they can franchise tag him. I don't like that franchise tag, because here's why. Ron Rivera did that to who? Brandon Sheriff. Brandon Sheriff got franchise tagged twice. Brandon Sheriff didn't like the extensions that Ron Rivera was offering. Probably because Ron Rivera is a cheapskate. He only likes to bring his own guys, his own Panther buddies. And now Brandon Sheriff is no longer here in Washington, has to start again at the right guard position. So there you go. We'll have to wait and see about Terry McLaurin, because like I said, it's a 50-50 right now. He could resign. I'm going to wait until July and after June 1st, because I'm not panicking right now. I'm not. But it is, at the back of my mind, like, holy crap. Terry McLaurin, is right now sitting out, and they're, apparently far away from negotiations, from coming to an agreement. That is not good. And June 1st is, let me see, next Wednesday, I believe. So, yeah. Let me see. Next up. Or do I have anything else to add with Terry McLaurin? Do you all have anything to add with Terry McLaurin move? Let me know. Let me see. Okay, no more comments. All right. Last topic, before we get out of here. Dan Snyder. So I was skimming YouTube, and notification popped up that apparently USA Today published something saying that the owners are, meeting to see if they can out Dan Snyder. And right now the rules are that they need to have a 2/3, 24 out of 30, 24 out of 32. Let me see if I can do my math here. 24 divided by 32. 24 divided by 24 divided by 8. 3/4. Okay, not 2/3. 3/4 vote. They need to have the majority, which is 24 out of 32. And I honestly think that the owners are doing this way too late. And here's why. They should have realized that Dan Snyder was cheating them out of their money when these sex allegations were coming out. Because then it's Congress and the owners versus Dan Snyder. And Dan Snyder will have nowhere to hide. Number one. Number two, and this was brought up, a good point too. I don't know how much control Dan Snyder has. I don't know. Maybe he reaches out to the owners that he's friends with, and that depends on if he's friends with more than 8 owners, then this is futile. Because like I said, you need 24 out of 32. Or in this case, 23 out of 31 or something like that. Because we're excluding Dan Snyder out of this. Or 24 out of 31, whatever, what have you. If he's friends and these friends are willing to cover up, yeah, no problem, man, we'll vote in your favor, then this is done. I don't like Dan Snyder has the NFL has Roger Goodell wrapped around his finger. So this is an exercise in futility. Congress is trying their best, but this investigation is taking way, way too long. So, these, and number three, if the owners, if by some miracle the majority rules, what will Dan Snyder unleash? What secrets will he unleash? Because basically, aside from the cheerleader incident that he had a few years back, and apparently that was swept under the rug. That was whatever. But then Jon Gruden and like the thousands and thousands and thousands of emails that were leaked, forced Jon Gruden to resign. Who leaked that? Who knows? So maybe Dan Snyder unleashes even more that will basically bring out any other skeletons in any of the other owners' closets. Like, for example, the Jerry Jones, illegitimate child, or I don't know what it was, like the, him paying off, a woman to cover up the child, or some DNA test. I don't know what it was, but I know that Jerry Jones had, the Cowboys had some scandal with Jerry Jones. So for the owners, good for if they want to, unite, it is what it is. Too little, too late, because you could have done this, and apparently y'all have no balls. Y'all are scared of Dan Snyder. Y'all are scared of Roger Goodell. Because this was, apparently, who knows what Dan Snyder has in against y'all, and he can unleash it, but y'all are too scared of the consequences. So whatever. Y'all can unite all you want, but in my opinion, it's gonna this is me being a pessimistic, especially with the way that Dan Snyder's been able to evade things like this, getting away from the Beth Wilkinson investigation. I don't even know what the other investigator has unearthed. I haven't heard anything, any updates on that recently. But apparently the owners now are trying to, vote out Dan Snyder, but I don't see Dan Snyder being stripped just because A, it's too late. B, they're probably, I feel like all it takes is 8 or 9 owners to side with Dan Snyder because they probably have skeletons in their closets and they're scared of Dan Snyder. They're scared of the NFL. So, yeah. But, alrighty, y'all. Let me see how long this lasted. I want to say about 50 minutes. Oh, 55-3. All right. I got a notification. Let me see what it is real fast. Hold on. Maybe it's something important and I don't want to let it go. Hold on, y'all. All right. It wasn't anything important and nothing on Twitter. So, yeah. Y'all. Well, those are my takes on everything that's been going on with the Commanders as of late. Let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comments down below. If you're new to my channel, like I stated, make sure you hit that thumbs up so that way the it'll help out the YouTube algorithm. Find me, find me, get me more subscribers. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys hit that sub button. I again crossed the 100 subscribe mark again this past week, so trying to get some more, more subscribers. So but I greatly appreciate everything that y'all have done for me. Until then, guys, still thinking of Real Madrid stream. I don't know yet. Probably just gonna be a long-winded video about Real Madrid, but I haven't decided anything yet. But of course, you guys uh, stay tuned on my channel to find out more. Until then, guys, keep it real. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.